Good morning, afternoon, evening, all that good stuff. Death Killer here. I wasn't planning on doing a video today about this, but here I am. Since I am a dasher for 2 years, I have about 4,000 deliveries, and I feel like I need to say something to this because it's going to affect the potential reputation of dashers in the company as a whole. And the video right now is DoorDasher catches 4 felonies after pepper spraying food. I didn't say too much about what's that one girl who like took the video of that guy in his house or whatever, and she's getting like 2 felony charges or something like that. Here's a second one that's gonna get more another felony charges. So grab her drinks, whatever. It's gonna be a while. I'm gonna do a lot of talking from a dasher's point of view, from a customer's point of view, and whatnot. So let's get started.
Driver bringing their food sprays it with an unknown liquid.
Also, I have seen this too before I recorded this, so and that's why I'm recording it now, because I have a lot to say.
And is caught on camera. The couple only realized something was wrong after taking a bite.
Let me introduce you to Courtney Stevenson, a DoorDash driver who wasn't happy with the tips she got, and she decided to pepper spray her customers' food. Today, I have all the information, exactly how many charges she got and how much time she's facing. Without further ado, let's get started.
Now at 5, a delivery driver's
See, it's just sad in general. Over a tip too. Like for real. Like if you think the tip is not good enough, then don't accept the order. Like as dashers, we have the right to accept or decline whatever orders that we want to. And if that amount of money that's showing on your screen, if you don't think that's worth it, then don't accept it. Don't accept the food and then get mad about it. Like we have the right to do that.
You heard about this story? It's gotten a lot of play.
Yeah,
This incident, it was all caught on camera. Micah Knoll spoke with the couple who placed that order.
A typical night for Mark and Mandy Carden turns
This is sad.
A delivery driver bringing their food sprays it with an unknown liquid and is caught on camera. The couple only realized something was wrong after taking a bite.
Wife went into the door and got the food and brought it into the house. And I still hadn't went into the kitchen. She was sitting there eating, and all of a sudden she started just coughing and like gasping, like she started choking, and then she threw up.
Vanderburgh County Sheriff Noah Robinson says tampering
That
with
is
food in
crazy.
this manner can be considered a level 5 felony.
It's possible in prison for this. Now it depends on the criminal history of the individual involved, and so it's way too soon to be discussing what kind of outcome might be looking at. That might be something later on when it came to if a trial occurred or if a plea was in there to have that discussion. But nonetheless, tampering with somebody's food and deliberately adulterating it is a felony in the state of Indiana.
So
So and not even just delivery drivers or delivery people that unfortunately do stuff like this. There's videos from years, from the past, like what, 10 years or whatever, where people would at grocery stores and then they open the ice cream thing and like licking it or like peeing on it or something or whatever, doing something very vile stuff, to be honest. And all that falls under tampering with food, poisoning. I think one of those cases, I don't remember which one it was, but I think they were tampering with the food and then they end up getting like some type of I think it's probably something about like a terrorist type charge or something, because they tampered with so much of their food or whatever, and like they were like spreading something like to like multiple types of food or whatever, and that itself can like spread out, cause people who ever purchase that to get sick and whatnot. I forgot what it's called, but I think someone got charged with that type of charge. It's insane. And yeah, these things are not a joke. pepper spraying food, spitting on it, peeing on it or whatever. Like it's just disgusting, honestly. And any person who does it needs to be held accountable on 100%. Felony charges, if this is the case for depending on the state that they're in, if it's a felony charge, 100%. Yeah, it's just sad, and all you have to do is decline the order. Like, that's all you have to do. Or if you're gonna accept it and don't like the tip of it, just deliver the food, take a picture, walk away, and tell yourself, hey, that one sucks. Let me make sure to not accept those type of orders again. Like, there's no reason to do stuff like this at all. Even if someone doesn't tip anything, there's no excuse for it.
First, when I was watching this news clipping, I got a little confused because the press briefing from the arrest agency is from Kentucky. Well, it turns out that she committed this crime in Indiana, and then she fled to Kentucky, where she's from, and that's where she got arrested. Now, this crime is so serious that they are in the process of extraditing her to Indiana right now. But we'll get into
I don't blame them.
in just a moment.
When Cardin tried to contact the driver, he says he was blocked. Cardin says he went to social media to warn others.
I know how powerful of a tool social media is.
Okay, so there's a chance that she might have blocked him, possibly. But I know when it comes to DoorDash orders, that once you deliver the food, I know you have like 30 minutes where you'll be able to contact their driver still, like after delivery, to say whatever, like it's like the food is this particular food is missing, or thank you very much type of thing, or whatever. So I'm not sure about blocked, unless she like, and then incident. I don't know if we can block them like that. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Maybe it was like actual physical, like a phone number type of thing. And she was using like the little ghost number that they use to like hide their physical numbers or whatever. So it could have been that one too. He probably texted and then like, nope, block that number. So I don't know, but regardless, it's unfortunate. It's stupid.
I don't want to be famous. This isn't about being famous. This is about protecting people.
Yeah, 100%.
This should have never happened.
Now, I
No,
totally
you're right.
agree with him. First of all, there's the public shaming factor. Someone like that should be humiliated and should be remembered for the rest of her life for being such a nasty piece of crap. And second,
Yes, and not just that, but she needs to be put on a. And I wish they would do this for courier drivers and everything. Like she should be put on a database where if she ends up trying to get another job, like with Uber Eats, Postmates, or whatever, that it was continue to stay on her record that she's been doing this, so they can make that decision to not have her on a platform. Because this is disgusting and sickening. Like, you should not be doing this at all. Like, simple. Deliver the food, take a picture, move on. There's no excuse to do stuff like this.
second of all, he's 100% right about protecting the public. This is a very serious issue. And
it is a serious issue.
To happen again. We already had that moron in Arizona that was spraying bug spray on food. The last thing we
That's
need is
crazy.
a bunch of DoorDash drivers now pepper spraying the food. I mean, I love my food spicy, but not that much. Now wait to hear what her reasoning was for pepper spraying the food. This is
stupid,
ludicrous, and she must think that the cops were born yesterday to believe such a stupid story.
Yeah, this is stupid too.
Been identified as Courtney Stevenson. A news release from the Miami County Sheriff's Office goes on to say she told detectives she used pepper spray not on the food, but to spray a spider she said she saw while making the delivery. At that temperature, outdoor spiders
So let me continue.
are not active and would not be capable of crawling on exposed surfaces.
Again, that's the most dumbest excuse you could come up with. Like, I don't know. Look, out of the 4,000 deliveries, yes, there have been instances where you have bugs, you have ants, crawling around, or I know a bug or something or whatever, that's like by the door or near the grass or something like that. Sure, that happens, but that doesn't mean you should go out with a bug spray and start spraying, around. Like, you don't do that. You just deliver the food the best way you can, where the insects or bugs or whatever that's not gonna affect the food. And to be honest, even sometimes I'll probably let the customer know too, like, hey, your food's out, might want to pick it up real fast because they're like ants crawling around by the door or something. I would even let the customer know to like pick up your food like ASAP. There's no excuse to using any form of spray when you're delivering. Unless you're being attacked, like being physically attacked or something like that. Yeah, defend yourself. But just dropping it off, you see a spider there, and no. You see a spider there, put the food where the spider's not there. Put it like away from the door a little more, or put it from the opposite, or something. And if you really want to, I'll let the customer know. Hey, got your food. Just to let you know, there's a spider, right next to the door, so just be aware of that. That's what I would have done. There's no excuse to use pepper spray or any form of spray on or near their food like that. Just deliver it, move on.
Stevenson is awaiting extradition to Indiana after getting arrested in Kentucky.
I have a lot.
And like I said, the temperature, if it's cold outside, yeah, the spider's not going to be out there. It's like, this is dumb. That's a dumb excuse.
A lot of friends who've been pepper sprayed for work, maybe working in law enforcement, they say it's one of the worst things to happen. So having it happen unexpectedly, I can't even imagine. Next at 5, Lucky Strike, the sweepstakes.
Yeah, I've had to pepper spray someone before, and I did get some accidental exposure. And let me just say, it is not pleasant, to say the
I'm
least.
sure it's not.
Let's take a look at the press briefing from the arresting agency, because like I said, they detail all the charges that she got for this. So we'll have a pretty good estimation of how much time she's facing. All right, so on December 7, one of the 2 victims contacted the sheriff's office. He reported that he and his wife had ordered food through DoorDash shortly after midnight. After eating the food, both experienced a burning sensation in their mouth, nose, throat, and stomach. Both also began vomiting. They reviewed their doorbell camera footage and observed the DoorDash dasher place the food on camera on the porch and take a picture. She then sprayed a substance in the direction of the food from a small aerosol can attached to her keychain and left. Detectives subpoenaed DoorDash records, which identified the dasher as Courtney Stevenson. Other investigative means corroborated her identity. Stevenson was found to be living in Kentucky near Paducah. She was contacted and agreed to an in-person interview. During the initial phone call, she told detectives that she had been in Evansville visiting her father and was working for DoorDash during her stay. She told detectives that she used pepper spray not on the food, but to spray a spider she said she saw while making the delivery. She explained that she is terrified of spider. The overnight
BS, because the way she looked on her dash cam, she looked so calm. She don't look freaked out. She don't look nervous. She don't look, oh my God, No, you dropped the food, took the picture, and then you sprayed afterwards. Like, just being afraid of the spider is like, you didn't drop the food. You walked to the door, saw the spider, and then you freaked out. That's something that would have been shown on a camera. Not dropping the food, taking a picture of it first, and then spraying it afterwards. Like, no, that's the most dumbest BS excuse I've ever heard.
Low was 35 Fahrenheit. At that temperature, outdoor spiders in Indiana are not active and would not be capable of crawling on exposed surfaces. Stevenson later called and said she was not going to come in for an interview as scheduled. And that's what I find really funny. She thought that she just had to not show up and the cops were just going to ignore this whole situation and her problems were going to go away. Lady, that is incredibly stupid.
It is stupid. It is pretty stupid. Like, it's the same thing as the other lady that claimed sexual assault. when that guy didn't do anything. He was on the couch sleeping. Yes, his pants was half down from his whatever. That doesn't mean you should go inside of someone's house, record them, post it online, claim that you've been sexually assaulted. Like, no, sexual assault is involved with physical contact. You cannot be sexually assaulted, if someone's sleeping in a couch like that, or if someone's sleeping in a bed, you look into the window, they're half naked, and you're gonna claim sexual assault. That's not how it works. Assault is physical. There has to be some type of physical thing, and obviously sexual, for it to be a sexual assault. Like, again, like, I don't. Oh my god. Like I said, it's just like, as Dashers, just deliver the food and go. Like, that's our responsibility. Pick up the food, deliver, drop it off, take the picture as proof that you delivered it, and then move on with the lives. You don't need to open doors. You don't need to spray things. You don't need to spit on someone's food because they don't pay enough. Okay, and for people who don't know, DoorDash base pay is usually $2. So every order that gets sent to us is a $2 base pay to it, and then whatever tip that is added after that. Not even a tip, it's more like a bid. But it's a $2 base pay plus, for example, $3. That's the bid. So it's $5 for that order. That's what we see. We see $5. There's a restaurant. There's the customer's drop-off location, and then it shows the distance of how far we have to drive, and then an estimated time of delivery. That's all we see. Now, if it says 5 miles or $5, and you don't think that's worth it for that delivery, decline it and move on. Even if there was no tip on it, it just shows $2. Your base pay is just $2. If you don't like it, decline and move on. Don't accept it, get mad at the customer for not tipping, and then trying to prove your point or whatever, and trying to do something with their food to say, well, you should have tipped better. No, absolutely not. Those people need to be off the DoorDash, off of Uber Eats, Lyft, whatever. Those people need to be off the platform because they don't deserve to be on there. Okay, and then those people makes the good dashers or good delivery drivers look bad, because now they're thinking, wow, this been happening, a handful of times. I don't trust some third-party store to deliver my food anymore. They're gonna stop buying from them, and then we don't get as many orders, and then we will lose money because there's not enough orders out there. And it's just upsetting, honestly. Just very, very upsetting to see stuff like this keep happening. And I mean, I'm glad, like, hey, they can ban their accounts and stuff like that too. That's great. But it just sucks still because, again, people have cameras now. People just look up on a Ring camera and see, what that person did to their food. And then it gets posted online, and here we are. And that's the other thing. People have cameras. Why should you even tamper with anyone's food like that, knowing there's so many cameras around? It's just stupid, man. It's just stupid.
Affidavit. A warrant for Stevenson's arrest was prepared and issued, charging Stevenson with 2 counts of battery resulting in moderate injury as level 6 felonies, and 2 counts of consumer product tampering as level 5 felonies. Authorities in McCracken County, Kentucky were contacted and arrested Stevenson this morning. She will be held without bond pending extradition to Indiana. Bond on the warrant has been set at $3,500 cash. Sheriff Noah Robinson stated residents should be able to trust that the food they order for their families is safe. When someone violates that trust and endangers others, we will respond with urgency and we will pursue charges.
I don't blame you.
Our detectives and also thank the McCracken County Sheriff Office and the Vanderburgh County's Prosecutor Office for their assistance in making this arrest. Now let's take a look at these charges, because these are very serious felonies.
They are serious.
So in Indiana, consumer
and they should be serious.
serious felony, often charged as a level 5 felony, carrying significant prison time, 1 to 6 years, and that's per count. Substantial fines up to $10,000.
And remember, she got two of those felonies, so that's between 2 to 12 years right there.
And a permanent felony record, with penalties increasing if injury or death occurs. And they are even citing this case as an example. So
yeah, as seen in recent DoorDash incidents where driver faced, yeah, exactly. And that's, again, 2 counts because both of the products they had was for 2 people. Yeah, so 2 to 12 years right out the back just for that. And the penalties increase if injury occurred. Yeah, it's probably more than whatever fines that she's gonna get. If the fine's like $7,000, it's probably $10,000 now. Now there's an injury.
just for this, she's facing worst case scenario between 2 to 12 years. And in Indiana, battery causing moderate bodily injury is a level 6 felony, which can carry penalties of from 6 months up to 2.5 years in prison and fines of $10,000. So
yep, and again, a year to 5 years right there.
She's facing up to 17. Now, keep in mind, max sentences are usually reserved for career criminals, people that are completely out of control and that cannot be redeemed. Now, we don't know what her criminal history is, so I guess it'll depend on that, but I will keep you guys posted on this. But I want to show you another case because... Well,
I would imagine that if someone would do this to a stranger's food like that, I mean, imagine on what is their like regular daily lives are, like how they driving, what are their responses to, you know, people on the road and how people drive. What is their responses if, you know, someone does mess up their order, you know, and I don't want to like make any assumptions or anything or think that, oh, this incident, you know, she did something bad, she's gonna be bad, you know, in her regular daily life. Like, I don't want to say that, but I mean, it's also possible too. Like, doing something like that, as bad as it is, like imagining, you know, how she would react to other things that is not as serious like this. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I just can't imagine. You know, and again, I do not want to say that she does become mad or aggressive for bad drivers or something like that. You know, I don't know, I guess it's just a thought, you know. So I'm not saying she's mean or aggressive outside of DoorDash or outside of this particular incident. You know, it just kind of makes you wonder.
Somehow, it looks like tampering with food because of bad tips is not an isolated incident. Take a look at this.
It's not.
On camera, very
it happens so many times.
A DoorDash driver apparently leaving something extra for a customer on their front porch. That man was seen spitting on the food.
Local 10's Leanne Motorhome spoke with a grossed out customer and is live with reaction. From DoorDash, Leanne.
Yeah, it's just despicable.
The young man that made that order, just 13 years old, I spoke to him with his mom nearby. He says he was grossed out.
Yeah.
A Ring doorbell camera captured a spit and run in Kendall over the weekend. Watch as a DoorDash delivery man sets the customer's order down, then takes a photo to confirm the delivery.
And you know it because you can't miss the camera.
What he does next that's now going viral on social media. The delivery guy mumbles something under his breath, then seemingly spits 3 times onto the bag of food. He looks at the camera and mutters something else before walking away. It all happened Saturday afternoon at the Treetops Apartments in Kendall.
Honestly, we've been seeing this trend for the last couple years, and if it wasn't
100%.
the case, my channel wouldn't exist. But society is really going downhill. Maybe it's just because of social media and we're getting more access to information, but...
Oh, we're getting more access or more information because more people have cameras in their homes. Like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there wasn't cameras in people's homes like that. Like, those stuff didn't exist. Like, cell phones barely just came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s. You know, or more at the late 90s or mid-late 90s, more of. But cameras, like Ring cameras, that never existed until the mid-late 2000s, like 2009, 2010. something like that. Maybe, you know, probably 2007, somewhere around there. But despite when those cameras came out, people have those more now. Like, you see them everywhere. Even when I'm dashing, you see them everywhere. If it's not the house that I'm delivering, it's a neighbor's house that has something. Or if I'm in apartments, it's not this particular apartment, it's the apartment that's the opposite from me that I'm delivering to has a Ring camera. Like, there's so many cameras everywhere that it makes it harder to try to get away with certain things, you know? And to even do something like this where you obviously see a camera, clearly he doesn't care. This particular person, he don't care. Okay, because he's literally staring at the camera. Like, you walk up to it, you see a camera like right there, a giant little black box. You cannot miss a black box sitting in a white background. Okay, you cannot miss it. He did it, and it was intent. He intentionally did that because he was mad about. I'm assuming potentially over the tips that he received from that order, and I think it was because of that too. Again, don't accept the order. And some dashers are going to say, well, you know, I want to maintain my platinum status, I want to, you know, then don't get mad about it if you accept it. Then, like, that's going to happen. It's going to be orders where there's no tipping or low tipping. There's going to be orders where there's very high tipping. It's all over the place. You cannot guarantee that every single order that comes through you is going to be a perfect, beautiful, amazing order where you can make like $35 an hour. That's not going to happen. Now, sure, again, some people are going to cherry pick and stuff. That's fine. Do what you got to do. Do your thing, you know. But don't get mad about accepting a low paying order and then do this to the customer's food. You know, just don't accept the order, and don't accept the order just to get back at the customer. Like, that, you're not doing nothing. All you're doing is making that customer not want to DoorDash it, not want to order from DoorDash. And then when it gets online, it makes other people not want to order from DoorDash. So now you're shooting yourself in the foot now, because if enough people keep seeing it all the time, they're going to stop ordering. And if they stop ordering, that means you're not going to get as many offers. Okay, that means you lose money. And then with the whole tipping / bidding thing or whatever, that means some people may not even tip at all until the delivery is finished. Now all you're going to see is a $2 base pay or $2.75, whatever it shows up. If many dashes keep declining, the base pay would go up like 25 cents or something like that. But if it's $2, then that's all you're going to see. And then they may tip you after delivery, if they do, because many people don't. Some people forget. Some people just eat their food, do what they got to do, and completely forget about the delivery at all. They got their food, and that's what you're going to deal with. And now you're going to be even more declining orders. Like, I don't know, man. It's just sad and sickening to see this happen on a regular basis. I hate to say regular basis, but I'm sure it's been happening a lot. You know, we only hear a handful of cases. I'm sure it's happened a lot more than the handful of cases that we see. And me, as a good dasher who doesn't do stuff like this, who just does their job, deliver food, say, hey, have a nice day, you know, or whatever to the customers, you know, it makes me feel bad. Not feel bad, but it makes me, I'm part of the bad group because of that. And I don't want to associate myself with that. I'm the good dasher. I wish people continue to have me as a dasher. You know, I say have a good day. Like, during the season right now, I give out candy canes to all my customers because it's the holidays. You know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, or whatever. That's just what I do. You know, and now sometimes it feels weird. Even today, it feels a little weird because, you know, I'm giving out candy canes to everybody. But if stuff like this happening, like, now it's gonna make us skeptical that You know, I'm giving out candy canes that are all wrapped, by the way. You know, they come in a box. It's like 12 candy canes and they're all individually wrapped. Like, how does that come to me? That I do stuff like that and someone might think that, oh, that's weird, tampering with food, or, you know, like, I don't, it's just sad. Honestly, it's just sad. And I want to keep being a good dasher and be able to give out those candy canes, or like give out some special, you know, treats to the customers during certain times of the year. But with stuff like this, I mean, can you blame the customer for even trusting, you know, I'm saying, for example, candy canes, even though they're all individually wrapped? You know, it's just sad.
I don't remember any of this crazy ass shit in the early 2000s. I mean, people shitting in groceries, pepper spraying people's food,
I heard about that too.
using bug spray on people's foods. None of that shit happened. Either we are becoming all much more insane, or we just have more access to information, or it might be both.
No, I think it's more we have more access to it. People are going to do what they're going to do, unfortunately, and we have to take down those people, pretty much. And I'm not talking about as in like put them down under. I'm just saying get rid of those people from delivering or from working at those particular locations where they are dealing with customers' food, or just food in general. It doesn't have to be delivering to a customer, just food in general. I mean,
I wanted to throw up because it's so disgusting, and who does that?
13-year-old Elias Crisanto says he made the
people who don't care
order on the DoorDash app from a nearby restaurant. He says he initially...
Hold on. Let me go back real quick.
It's so disgusting.
I never seen this.
13-year-old Elias Crisanto says he made the $30...
Okay. $30. Yeah, so... I'm assuming this is his order here. Yeah, so technically he didn't tip anything. Pending charges were removed from the account. Well, pending charges were removed from the account. Credits are available to use immediately. Okay, so this is after I guess he get his refund from the thing. Doesn't matter if they didn't tip or anything. You shouldn't be doing stuff like this. I think I said this earlier in the video.
Restaurant. He says he initially forgot to add gratuity, but later added $3 as a tip.
I guess he thought it was a little tip.
There we go. So he added a tip afterwards because he forgot. Hey, it happens, but he added a tip afterwards.
Because he spit on the food.
As the app alerted him the driver was arriving, he opened his phone and saw the whole thing unfold live.
I told my mom and then I texted DoorDash.
He says he sent DoorDash the video and asked for a refund, which was initially declined. After calling customers.
Okay, so DoorDash, this is where it gets ticked off about DoorDash and how they do things. This is stupid. Very, very stupid, because I know these companies use like AI thing or whatever when you send stuff. Say, hey, this was the issue, what's going on with my food, and then it sent like this generic message that, oh, it's been auto declined or whatever. And I think the boy even mentioned, if it's not coming up soon, that he even sent a video proving that this is what the Dasher did and got declined still. This is stupid from DoorDash. So like, no, I think that if there's a video connected to that particular thing, it should be a manual review. Someone had to manually watch that video to say, yes, this is legitimate, wrong. You will get your refund back, and ban that Dasher. Not some automated things that say, oh nope, we can't. We can't give you a refund. We're declining that. We would know it's clearly like he spit on my food.
Customer service by phone, they changed their mind.
And yeah, that's where I have to physically call them and have a person to sit there and deal with you. But then they're gonna reverse the decision. But that's on DoorDash side. I can't control what happens on that side like that. But they should change that. Like any videos that come in that proves that they're doing something wrong, it should be an automatic manual review.
And that's another issue with dealing with these companies, is that they are ruthless when it comes to customer service.
Yes, some of them are.
Do not have a phone line for you to call. I'm kind of surprised a kid managed to get anyone on the phone at all. And then when you actually do get...
Well, I mean, they have
get a hold
Let me
of
finish.
them,
Let me
they
finish.
treat you like trash and they hang up on you most of the time. At least that's my experience with these scumbag companies. But
Yeah, I mean, they have the phone numbers, but it's just a hassle to try to get what you want to do. Because a lot of these phone numbers, when you call them, it's automated messages. Hey, if you want to do this, press 1. Do this, press 2. Tell me, what you're needing help with. Like, just let me talk to an agent. Let me just talk to an agent, please. And yeah, that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic.
I think they should have handled it better. They should trust people more. And
I agree.
See the evidence that they have to show you before declining it automatically.
In an email sent to...
No, I agree. 100%. I agree with that. But like I said, the email is sometimes AI dealing with those responses too. Like even today, actually, like I've called DoorDash about a shopping order from last week that the customer said they didn't get 5 of their items. Like they were missing 5 items. And I was like, no, that is complete BS. Like I have it on my Dasher app under my rating. It says 5 items were missing, and it put me from like on our shopping orders. It would show like different ratings. It showed like how many items were counted as missing, count as unavailable, like at the store or out of stock. If the items had been broken or tampered or whatever, and under one of those, it shows like missing items, and 5 items were missing. I'm just like, no, I've delivered those 5 items. That shopping order was literally the only shopping order I've had during that day. And I delivered all of those items there because I've triple checked my car to make sure that I have no items there. And some of the items were out of stock, understandably, but I did replace some of those items that is very similar, if not the exact same as the items there. It's just like instead of like a 1 pack of this, like a 1 pack of 48 count forks, I'll get 2 packs of 24 counts. So the same 48 count is just 2 different packs of forks. The same thing. It's something like that. And another one that they had was like they were out of like this nutty butter family size boxes that they have. And I even tasked the customer, hey, they don't have this here. Which ones would you like to have? And they have like the minis, and then they have some nutty butter wafers or whatever. And she was like, I'll take the nutty butter minis or whatever. Like, all right, cool, perfect. So I grabbed one because they told me to grab one. I can't put 2 on there or whatever. Actually, I could, but on the app it says to get 1. I'm like, cool. So I got 1, put it in my cart, and it's been done, handled by text to the customer. The customer said, yes, get this item. So I did that and delivered the rest of the food and everything. I come to find out today that those 5 items were missing. I'm just like, bro, one item I literally replaced you. The other item I literally gave to you because it was 3 cases of soda too. I literally delivered those 3 cases of soda because I said to myself, I'm making this in 1 trip and I'm not slipping and falling and breaking my neck down these stairs because it was snow on the ground and it was icy. And I remember I put all the food up nice and neat, put 3 cases of soda right there, put all the food on the other side and everything. Took a nice picture, walked away. There was nothing. And I even checked when I went back to my car, I even checked to make sure that I got everything. And nothing was there in my car. All my orders are done. So somehow they assumed that it's my fault that the items were missing. And this is a week later after she got the food too. Like, like I don't understand. So the customer stated that the food were missing, then they're gonna assume that it's the Dasher's fault. Like it just makes no sense. It's just stupid. Honestly, it needs to be better. It needs to be a better way of trying to figure out what would be, because who's at fault with these things. Like if I deliver it and a customer say that they're missing days later, that shouldn't even be a thing. It should be where after you deliver the food, you got an hour or 2 hours, And that's why even that's too much time. You got an hour to make sure that you got all your food like you're supposed to. If there's anything that's missing, let us know within that hour. You know, so we can mark that down. Anything after that hour, no. You're not gonna sit there and say, oh, this one was missing a week later. Absolutely not. No. You should have done that the moment right after the food got delivered. That's what you do. You pick up the food, you check to make sure you got everything, you know, you put things away. You don't wait a week later and then say, oh, these items were missing, and then blame the dasher that they're missing, even though I clearly delivered them and there was no food in my car. Like that is stupid, and that's something DoorDash really need to change. I'm sorry I went way off topic on that, but it just irritated me so much when I saw that today. let me just finish this video. We have like 30 seconds left. Let's finish this.
DoorDash said in part, quote, "We do not condone this type of action and have therefore taken this step in removing them from our platform.
Good.
This dasher will no longer be able to deliver future orders on DoorDash. Results of all internal investigations are kept private."
Like I said earlier,
Right.
the world's going to shit, but that's it for the video. Now, thank you so much for everything.
Okay,
Last
yeah.
week, I received a silver play button.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I've said enough as it is when it comes to dashers tampering food, you know, saying that, oh, the customer didn't tip enough. Look, at the end of the day, deliver the food, move on. If you don't like the offer that's been given to you, decline it and move on. Simple as that. If you're going to accept it, you can't get mad about it because you chose to accept it. Simple as that. And don't accept the food to try to get back at the customer for it. There's no point. And on behalf of all the dashers, the good dashers out there, I'm so sorry that this stuff like this is popping up and is making all of us look bad. You know, the bad ones are making the good dashers look bad, and it makes the customers even more skeptical on ordering, on triple checking to make sure that we didn't tamper with their food. Because I would 100% understand that they will look back on the cameras or check the food and make sure it didn't look like they're being messed around with. I would get that. I would understand that. I don't blame them for it. To be honest, it sucks that they have to go through that. You know, it sucks that they're gonna look at me saying, "Oh, I can't trust you." You know, I get it because stuff like this is happening. But that's it. That's all. That's it for today. Have a great day, guys. Good day, afternoon. This channel is, I forgot to mention this earlier, 15 Minutes of Shame. So definitely check them out. This is a pretty good video. This is the first and only video that I've seen from them. So feel free to give them their like and whatnot. Yeah. Hopefully I don't have to make these type of videos again. But I was planning on making a video with DoorDash on my animation channel at some point. So, but yeah, see you guys later. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff here. Go subscribe to my animation channel, DK Animations 669, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.